Namo Buddhaya, dear friends, welcome and welcome back to another peaceful gathering. In today's reflection, we'll explore a mental pattern that brings so much suffering to so many hearts, the habit of what-if thinking, also known as catastrophizing. This is a state of mind that quietly invades us during moments of stress and anxiety. It whispers doubts, it paints worst-case scenarios, and before we know it, we're lost in imagined fears. What if everything goes wrong? What if they're lying to me? What if no one around me has good intentions? The mind, if left unchecked, becomes skilled at spinning these stories. And though nothing may have happened outwardly, we find ourselves suffering internally as if the disaster were real. This is where the profound practice of mindfulness, or sati, becomes our refuge. In Buddhist practice, sati means bringing the mind gently back to the present, not to escape reality, but to see it as it truly is. Every mental state, every emotion, every experience shares one simple truth. It is impermanent, it is always changing. But before we can begin to transform these thought patterns, there is something we must first do. We must see them clearly, because we cannot heal what we have not noticed. So the first step is awareness. Recognize when you are in a what-if spiral. Bring your attention inward and ask gently, is this real? Or is it simply a creation of my anxious mind? Often, the scenarios we build in our heads are not reflections of reality, but distortions, exaggerations born from fear. And when we truly investigate, we see that the actual situation is much lighter, much smaller than the story we've told ourselves. Once you see the thought clearly, ask yourself a simple, grounding question. What can I do about this? If something is within your control, then act on it with wisdom and calm. But if it is beyond your control, something you cannot change, then the only path forward is acceptance. This is a vital teaching of the Dhamma, to understand what is ours to carry and what is not. To worry over things we cannot change only multiplies our suffering. Now, as your awareness deepens, you can gently introduce a mindfulness practice into your daily life. One of the most accessible and healing practices is mindful breathing. Breathe in, aware of the breath. Breathe out, aware of letting go. Each breath brings you back to the present. Each breath calms the storm of the mind. The Buddha himself emphasized this practice to quiet the inner noise, to bring stillness to the restless heart. There is another technique, simple yet surprisingly effective. Though not rooted directly in traditional Buddhist texts, it harmonizes well with the spirit of mindfulness. Set aside a dedicated time for worry. When anxious thoughts arise, say to yourself, I will give space to this later, at a time I choose, not now. Then, when your chosen time arrives, sit down, not to suffer, but to observe, not to ruminate, but to reflect. Ask, what in my life actually needs attention? What is imagined? You'll begin to see, much of the fear we carry is born from illusion, not truth. Dear friends, these gentle practices, recognizing your thoughts, questioning them, returning to the breath, and consciously choosing when to engage with worry, are powerful tools to bring peace to the mind. With time and care, they soften the grip of anxiety and bring us back to the stillness of the present. So may you practice these with patience and loving attention, and may your mind grow calm, steady, and serene. Namo Buddhaya. May you be well, may you be peaceful, and may your inner sky always remain open and clear.